Hey guys, in today's video we are playing Call of Duty Ghosts, and this is by far the best gameplay I've gotten in 2026 so far. I'm using the MTAR in this game, and in my previous commentary on Call of Duty Ghosts, it was actually my first video, I said that it was the first Infinity Ward game that gave us an indication that the map design was not on par to the previous three games. If you don't know, the previous three games was basically the Modern Warfare trilogy. And so when Ghost released, I'm not saying that the maps overall were bad. You have some iconic maps from Ghost, such as Freight, Octane, Warhawk, you name it. But the point is that you can tell Infinity Ward's map design overall was going downhill. And that's not to say that also Infinite Warfare had bad maps, because those maps were made to suit jetpack movement. That's because when you have jetpacks, it's a lot more faster, it's a lot more arcade-like. So the overall map design for jetpacks, you have maps in Black Ops 3 like firing range and stuff like that. So the jetpack maps you can't really compare to what would be boots on the ground. But Ghost was the first indication that Infinity Ward was starting to slide. And then in MW 2019, when I'm playing Call of Duty Ghosts now, I can tell that some of the maps in MW 2019 took some inspiration from Call of Duty Ghosts. And let's not forget, right? Call of Duty Ghosts had interactable areas on the map. So we remember in MW 2019, right? There's obviously interactable doors and stuff like that. And in Ghosts, it wasn't so much as doors, but you could knife a gate open, and that opened up a new lane. For example, on Freight, if you remember in one of the back spawns, all the way to the right of the spawn, there'd be a little locked gate. And for the longest time, people would just walk right past it. But somebody walked up to it one time and knifed it, and it's actually a little flank route. And you can tell that Infinity Ward was adding these little routes and these little safe spaces in Ghosts. And playing it now, I've realized they were already testing the waters with this almost 10 years prior to when MW 2019 released. I've also noticed players on the enemy team, if you've noticed on screen while you're watching the gameplay, a lot of them seem to be in corners or don't know where I'm coming from. That could be because they haven't played the game in a while or because they haven't played the game ever. Either way, I can tell you for certain I had little to no time played on Call of Duty Ghosts when it first came out. This was one of my least played CODs ever. I did not play much Infinite Warfare, and I did not play much Ghosts. I played more Advanced Warfare, I played more Black Ops 3, I played more World War II, I played more Black Ops 4, and even when I'm coming back to an older COD that I've really never played, it still feels more natural, more comfortable, the game feels more smooth than any game they've released in the last 6 years combined. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. And a big factor to why these players are playing like this is SBMM. SBMM has trained people to stay in a corner, camp out a window, and stop being aggressive rather than attacking the spawn, holding down lanes, and, taking different routes. You could flank, you could take a mid route, you could stun and smoke. I mean, there's so many different ways to play the game, and SBMM has hardwired people's brains to play one way, and it's use the meta weapons unless you're doing a camo grind, or it's to play ranked play, or it's to do zombies challenges. There's only one linear play style now for the whole game. No one is using LMGs like the RPD. No one's using akimbo pistols like the FMG9s. No one's using the AA-12. There's no weapons like that. There's no creativity play style. That's because the devs make every gun in the game play like shit except for two, and those two weapons have all the hype and all of the bundles in the store, and those bundles cost $20. That is their meta. That is Treyarch's meta. That is Activision's meta. They only release two weapons, and they're the goated weapons for the season, and everybody is either buying the battle pass to get it, or they're buying bundles in the store. That is their business model. Rather than actually not having SBMM, no shady DLC weapons, no shady DLC packs, and the only thing that they released was, 4 DLC maps and the Peacekeeper, or 4 DLC maps and the Ripper, I think is what it is in Call of Duty Ghosts. Correct me if I'm wrong on the DLC weapon. So not only does SBMM protect you, but it makes you forget how to play the game. So when you come back to an older Call of Duty game, it can be one that you have never played, or it can be one that you have 300 days played. You're gonna forget how to play the game. Playing mods, playing clients, that is the reason why I can get on Call of Duty Ghosts, a game that I really never played when it first came out, and I can go on a 20 kill streak like you're seeing on screen, because I know how the game is played. I know how people are spawning. I know when to throw a grenade. I know when to throw a stun. I know what routes to take. I know when to go on high ground. That is the difference between somebody who is not shielded by SBMM and somebody who is and is designed to play at a 1 KD and just buy store bundles and play for 2 hours a night. And the playtime is not the problem. The issue is you are not getting better in the 2 hours of playtime that you have. That is the issue. Nobody is actually progressing. Everybody is locked in this purgatory that is a 1 KD ratio. And unless you are reverse boosting, you have a Cronus, you have a Titan 2, SBMM is designed to keep you at a 1 KD in public match. SBMM in ranked play is not even worth discussing because the game mode is completely infiltrated with cheaters from top 250 to Crimson to Iridescent. So ranked play is not the best indication of skill just based off how many cheaters completely infiltrated that one game mode. So seeing all of the players that are coming back that have not played ranked and have only played public match, you can see how sluggish they are, you can see how much they camp, and you can see that the game did not play like this, obviously, when it first came out, or even after it came out. People did not play like this. People did not have this playstyle until SBMM came out. It was actually promoted to camp and to stay put, otherwise you would die. Does anybody remember that video from MW 2019 of that guy trying to run across the road and it was just instant crossfire from every house on the map? That video is exactly what I'm talking about and exactly the reason why when these people come back to the older games, they completely forget how to play it. As you can see, I died on my 20 kill streak. I think I would have needed more kills for the KEM just because I was also getting kills with my dog during that streak. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 25 gun kills you need for a KEM or 24 if you're running hardline. It's not with assault kill streaks. You need to get it consistently with the gun streak. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the dog was getting kills, so I think I was about still 3 or 4 off, even though I was on a 22 kill streak or 21. But that's going to start wrapping it up for me. I hope you guys did enjoy the gameplay and my little refresher on how people are currently playing the older games. MW3 is a little bit more sweaty. Obviously, Black Ops 2 is hacked to shit. Black Ops 1 is a little more consistent. MW2 is the most active. It's the most poppin'. It does also feel really good to be getting this gameplay on the Xbox. It does feel good to be on the Xbox again, just because I've been playing PC for the longest time. So whenever I load up into the Xbox 360 menu, or I just load up and I play on 60 FOV, it gives me a good old school nostalgia feeling that I had back then. It's always great playing on a console, even though PC specs are great and out of this world, the graphics are top tier. It's not even close. Xbox graphics don't even compare, but it's just that nostalgia feel of being on the console. It hits different. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I'm enjoying now going between PC and Xbox gameplay. That's going to do it for me, though. I will see you guys in the next gameplay. I don't know what I'm going to upload next, but I will figure it out. Until then, have a good one. Peace.